Porphyro continues to address the old woman and asks why she speaks in such a manner to a feeble soul and calls her weak, palsy-stricken thing. He praises her for not missing a prayer all her life. She softens Porphyro's with her insults and he begs her. He hopes that she will now give him access to Madeleine's chamber. Porphyro has plans. When he enters Madeleine's chamber, he knows about the magic of St. Agnes and hopes to show himself to Madeleine at midnight to solidify in her mind that he is her true love. He will hide in Madeleine's room and wait till midnight. In the closet, he will watch her until the right moment comes when he will profess love to her, making her to believe that he is her dream lover. Angela agrees with the plan and tells him that there is no time to spare. She takes him safely and unseen to Madeleine's chamber. For her complicity to the plan, Angela believes that she will not go to heaven, and she will be struck in her grave among the dead for the rest of eternity. With all this said, Angela hobbles off with her mind full of fear. Alone in the closet, Porphyro spends time agonizing each minute until Angela returns to take him to the maiden's chamber. The room is beautiful. Porphyro hides in her room and feels happier with the unfolding circumstances as Angela hurries downstairs. Angela walks, her hands shaking, and Madeleine rises from her chair and makes way into her bedroom. Porphyro is still wide awake and stares at the bed. When Madeleine enters her room, she puts off the candle and closes the doors. She's excited by what she hopes to experience at midnight. She cannot speak, and her heart races, throwing around or bringing a number of feelings in her heart. This feeling is like a nightingale which is struck in her chest. The stanza focuses on Madeleine's room, which has a ceiling that is triple arched and adorned with all types of images. There are also pictures of fruits, flowers, and bunches of nut grasses. There are also numerous stained glasses that depict queens and kings, as well as the moons and twilight scenes. The room glows with light, which represents the light that Madeleine is to Porphyro. Her presence lights up the room and Porphyro's heart when she comes in. Through the beautiful stained glass, the wintry moon shines and casts its light on Madeleine's breast as she kneels to pray. Porphyro has a glimpse of her, and the narrator equates her to the splendid angel that has just been created by God. This idealized vision of a woman is a recurrent feature in Keats' writing and the works of romantic poets in general. This is suited in the mystical situation that the couple find themselves in. Porphyro is so intoxicated by her presence that he grows faint. He cannot handle the perfection of what he beholds, and makes all the better by the fact that she is unaware of his presence in the room. Her beauty, purity, and lack of any blemish is emphasized. Porphyro's heart pounds as she finishes up with her prayers and pulls down her hair, and also takes off her jewelries and her underdress. She is distant and beauty, dreamy with the hope of what will happen that night. She seems to have beheld the image of a beautiful Saint Agnes on her bed, but she cannot look behind as the rule states, else the image will disappear. She lays down on her bed and she falls asleep. The sleep presses her limbs and takes the frantic from her soul. All the thoughts will surely return to her by the next day, bringing joy and pain, but at the moment she is at peace with herself. She is described as being like a rose that is closed from the meantime. She is still in his hidden position. Porphyro observes her dress, which is now empty of its owner, and listens to her breathing as she sleeps. He wants to be sure that she is fully asleep before he creeps over the carpet and looks through the curtains at her sleeping form. Then he waits for the right moment, gets out of the closet, creeps over the carpet, and beholds her image asleep. Porphyro does his best to wake her from her slumber while the party downstairs grows in intensity. He thinks that the music will wake her up, but it subsides. Madeleine is ensconced. She is not disturbed by the noise as she is deep asleep. Porphyro creeps back into the closet and brings out a number of treats that he has hidden. These things include apples, plums, and syrups, all imported from all over the world. Some have come all the way from Lebanon and Samarkand, the city of Uzbekistan. These treats are delicacies and rare to find, which indicates the high position that Porphyro holds Madeleine in his heart. All of the treats are heaped in baskets and decorated with silver. The light of the moon reflects on the decoration on the baskets and increases the intensity of the light in the small space. He is now ready to wake Madeleine as he has displayed his delicacies. He speaks to her, calling her his angel, and he continues to praise her and bid her to wake up for the sake of Saint Agnes and speak to him. Madeleine does not wake up because she is deep in her dreams of Saint Agnes Eve. She is under the charm that shows her her true love. There is no way that she can be awoken. Due to failed attempts to wake her previously, he decides to play lute to her close by her ear. The tune that he has chosen is about a lady who has no mercy or pity. She is awoken by the music and she moans. She is surprised to have been woken up in such a manner and frightened too. Porphyro sinks to his knees like a carved stone beside her. While she seems awake, she is partially immersed in her dream. The transition from the dream world to the reality is painful, and she regrets losing the purity of her dream. She begins to weep for the loss of the dream and utters meaningless words. She is now fully awake and addresses Porphyro with a trembling voice and a sad eyes. She tells him that she has changed from the last time that she saw him, because she now looks pallid, chill, and drear. It is now clear that Madeleine had been dreaming of Porphyro before she wakes up, and the reality of the man before her does not match with her expectation. She wants him to look at her and speak like he has done in the dream to save her from eternal woe. Madeleine has the impression that Porphyro is on the verge of death because of the risks which contrast the image in the dream. In her dream, her ideal and beautiful Porphyro is ethereal, and he drops like a star. It is also as if he had come from heaven and is blend of all beautiful things in the world. These visions all happen when Saint Agnes' moon hath set. Porphyro expresses his surprise at her reaction. He tells her that he is not dreaming, and she truly feels that way about him. He will fade and pine. He does not know whom she has been seeing before, and it is clear to him that he is not the one. He urges that she should not turn her back on him because she has been deceived. Porphyro continues to address her, making sure that he showers her with much compliments and flatteries, which can induce her to see him the way that he has always been. He begs her to allow him to be her lover, to marry her and stay with her till his last breath.